Danger for Venezuela, and many nations are not talking now. Former Trump security advisor John Bolton has called on the Trump administration to overthrow Venezuela's president Nicolas Maduro, that Nicolas Maduro should be removed from power because it will be in the interest of the US. He said Russia, China, Cuba are now fully, Iran are now fully in control of Venezuela. They are fully carrying out activities in Venezuela, and so there is need for an urgent removal of Venezuela's president. If not, the US security may be compromised. Now, this is the same thing that Russia is doing in Ukraine, or Russia had asked Ukraine to do. That is, don't join NATO and I will allow you. If you join NATO, you are risking my security. Now that the Trump administration yesterday carried out a seizure of Venezuela oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, I have not heard all those supporting Ukraine has a right to join EU. Ukraine has a right to join NATO. I'm not hearing them talking. They are not talking. The same people are not talking. They are not talking as America actually confiscated the ship of Venezuela. Of course, I said it, that if Mexico is to get up today and says they want to have a Russian military base in their country, Mexico, the US will actually go to war with Mexico. It is very normal, and they have a right to go to war with Mexico because they see Russia as a threat, Russia soldiers or Russian military base in Mexico as a threat. If I'm president of the United States of America, I will go to war because I see it as a threat to my national security. Many people said, oh, Ukraine is a sovereign state. No, is Venezuela not a sovereign state? Venezuela is not a sovereign state. You are not talking. After the confiscation of Venezuela oil ship, Russian President Vladimir Putin said he is going to fully support Venezuela in case there is a war, and he's going to back Venezuela. Now, this is Ukraine about to play out in Venezuela, and I said this long ago that if the Russia, Iran, and any nation was to open a military base in Venezuela, then the president of Venezuela should know that America will go to war. When I said this, some people say, oh, you don't know international diplomacy. Oh, a nation is sovereign. No nation is sovereign when there is a bigger power. Once there is a bigger power, you are not sovereign. That bigger power will do whatever they have to do. It's a bully. And there is nobody in this, no world body that can prevent that from happening. We have seen it. We have seen both Bosnia and Herzegovina. We have seen it played out before us. We have seen the Serbia war. We have seen it played out before us. And I said it. Some people thought I was joking. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you condemning Russia and Ukraine will condemn this one. But let me assure you, if the worst has come to the worst, America will sacrifice Zelensky and Russia will sacrifice Venezuela. At the end, everybody's happy. I will not go to your area, you will not come to my area, and everybody will be happy. And that will be the best. Watch this video.
Overthrowing Maduro didn't dominate his thoughts enough. I certainly believed strongly back then that we should work with the Venezuelan opposition to overthrow the Maduro government. I think there are very important U.S. national security interests at stake then and today, not just the benefit of the Venezuelan people, although they would benefit substantially if Maduro were overthrown. Venezuela is an effective base of operations for Russia, which considers it much safer from their point of view than Cuba, which is only 90 miles away from Florida. The Cubans themselves regard keeping Maduro in power as a backstop for their regime. They worry if Maduro fell, the post-Castro regime in Cuba would be in danger. I think they're right on that. That's a reason to overthrow Maduro, in my view. The Chinese presence in Venezuela is much more substantial than it was 6 years ago, and Iran has a very substantial presence to launder their sanctioned oil revenues through Venezuela and as a base for Hezbollah's operations in the Western Hemisphere. So I think overthrowing Maduro is in the U.S. national interest. I just wish this time I could have some confidence Trump has a plan and is not operating by the seat of his pants. But if this time the Maduro regime is overthrown, I think it would be good for Venezuela, good for the hemisphere, good for the United States.
Vous êtes le futur de notre société. Vous êtes les leaders de demain. Vous êtes les innovateurs de la prochaine génération. Nous sommes là pour vous aider à réaliser vos rêves et atteindre vos objectifs. Bacheliers, devenez les architectes de votre avenir avec l'Institut universitaire du Golfe de Guinée de Douala.
Since 1993, the University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea, it is 3 higher schools, ESG, ISTA, ISA,